Double cup, big computer, holy nuts. I don't want friends, I want Audis. Smoking on booth in his Maui.
Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing great. It is currently 6:33 and I already got my van. I'm actually here at the station. I'm just parked on the side. I'm just waiting for my my wait time to come by, and once that does, I'm gonna go ahead and go in so I can go get my bags. Today is a really easy day for me. Well, hopefully, but I have 39 stops, guys. It's crazy. I'm actually gonna talk to my GSP and see if maybe it's a mistake, but that's what I have is 39 stops, and that's insane. Like, I've never had that little bit of stops. I think the least amount of stops I've had was like 50 or so. So alright guys, so they're actually starting to go. That's one of the vans right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this engine. I have the push to start now, guys. So I push the button and you start glowing. She's alive. Let's go. Yo, what's up guys? So I am currently at the lot, and I just really want to talk to you guys about like what are the pros and the cons of driving a step van. So this goes for people that are barely starting off. I did see that like, I got a lot of comments like of people that are barely gonna start doing the step vans, or of people that don't really know if driving a step van is going to be right for them. So I'm hoping that I can answer all of your questions. So I'm going to go ahead and just read off the list that I made about some pros and some cons on driving a step van. Okay, so we're going to start off with the cons. So the cons are you're responsible for any tickets that you get while driving the step van. So that's the first thing that they told us when we were doing the training. We went into some class and the instructor let us know that it's a lot more different than driving the regular vans because of this. Because now the other vans, if you hit another car or if you get into some type of accident, your DSP is going to cover the charges. So, and it's not really going to go on your record. But for the step van, it's a whole different story. You're considered a DOT driver, so that means that the Department of Transportation, their agents and sometimes the CHP can pull you over, and they do a road test. And the road tests are basically, if you don't pass them, they're thousands of dollars that you're going to be paying. And the only reason that you wouldn't pass a road test is if you didn't do your pre-trip in the mornings, and if you don't do your post-trip and after you're done with your route. So those are the main things. That's a big con, especially that was like one of my biggest frustrations when driving this van because of that. Because I honestly felt like it, for $16, if you get $1,000 ticket or if you get a $2,000 ticket, it's not worth it for what you're being paid. You know, it's not worth it. It's not worth driving it. It's not worth risking it. That's the way I thought. But now that I'm driving the vans, now that I see that it's all based on how responsible you are. If you're a responsible type of person, you shouldn't have any worries at all. So here's another one. So not being able to find parking. Okay, so that's another one. Sometimes you get streets where there's no parking. It's a one-way street, and there's cars behind you, and your stop is right there. What do? So the best thing to do is, if you don't have your stop ready, fine, you're gonna have to keep going. Don't just stop there and try to look for your stop, because you're gonna have a headache. Unless you don't really care about people beeping at you and cussing you out, then by all means, just park there and take your time. But as for me, the way I do it is, well, you guys have already seen, I'm always a stop ahead. So that's another one. It's bad for narrow streets. So it kind of falls in the same as the parking. It is bad for narrow streets, mostly because you have to keep an eye out for not just cars that are on the road, but you also have to keep an eye out for trees. And that's like the biggest issue, is trees. A lot of people hit trees, and some of them are just sideswiping the like branches and stuff. Like, not a big deal if they're very flimsy and all of that, but if they're thick branch and you see the thick branch right there, move out the way, bro. Move out the way. But yeah, there's that one as well. Another con is you have no AC and you have no radio. So the AC, I'm not really tripping about, because to be honest, when I did drive the regulars, the smaller vans, the Sprinter vans, I didn't really use the AC. Like, I did use it, but then again, I didn't really use it because I'm always constantly trying to get these packages out as quickly as possible. So I would be driving, stop, get out, turn on the car, and go. And by the time I would turn on the car again to get to my next stop, the AC would barely start to kick in. So it's not a big deal for the AC. You do have two fans that are directly above me. You also have this like small, here, I'll show you guys. So you have this little thing right there, and what you do is you can close it, you can move it that way, or you can move it this way. And what that does is when the air goes through, it'll go through and it'll get your feet, and it actually works. It actually feels really good. You also have another one up here, just like a little lever, and you lift the lever, you pull it down, and it'll let air go through. So right now I think it's out. So the air is going through, and this goes all the way through to the back, so that you're kind of getting some air and it's not super duper hot. Also, you can also just slide open the doors, this one as well, and you can drive like this, just as long as you're wearing your seatbelt. But that part is not really that crazy. I'm pretty sure you guys can make it without having AC. The radio, same thing, works the same way as the AC. I would only listen to the radio when I'm in the car, which is only like for 5 seconds, because my next stop is about to come up, you know? So I don't really listen to the radio that much. and I have my ear pods. So whenever you do drive, these are going to be your best friend. I listen to podcasts, listen to my music while I'm driving, while I'm delivering. Of course, I do lower the volume so that I can hear in case there's sirens or anything like that. You just got to be careful, okay, guys? Alright, let's go to the next one. In some cases, more packages and stops. Okay, I've seen a couple of people ask me if we get more stops and if we get more packages. The answer for that is sometimes. The reason I don't really have a real good answer is because, like you guys seen today, I only had 36 stops. The day before that, I had 136 stops, which is the most I've ever done with this company. So it's sometimes. Sometimes you'll get a lot of stops. Sometimes you'll just stay with the same amount of stops that you get. So yeah, there's that one. Let's see. Let's move on to the next one. Busting U-turns in tight spaces. So this is a con that I don't really like, and I still, from time to time, like today, I actually had to back up in a narrow street until I was able to find like a driveway where I was able to go back up on the driveway and then pull out and do the U-turn like that. You will get situations like that if you get too stressed out, or if you feel like dealing with a situation like that and you just don't want to deal with something like that. It's probably better to just stay with the sprinter vans. This is not the first time that I've had to back up. The good thing about it is that they don't monitor your backing up like they do on the Mentor app. We don't use the Mentor app. We use the Encompass ELD, and we use another inspection, like we use like a Google inspection that our DSP wants us to use, but we don't use the Mentor, so they don't monitor our backing ups and all of that. And plus, they train you to back up. They train you for all of that. Once you drive this, you're basically a professional, okay? So you have to just drive like a professional. Drive slow. Look in both your mirrors. Make sure that all your mirrors are always the way you like them, because of situations like that. You don't want to have to stop, fix your mirrors and all that while there's a couple cars behind you, or while there's traffic. That's just the worst. So those are my cons for driving a step van. There is a lot of cons, but once we get into the pros, I feel like the pros kind of outweigh the cons, because the cons are not really that crazy. It's not really something that's like super crazy, except for the first one. The first, of course, but that all falls into how responsible you are as a person, you know. So if you feel like you're not a responsible type of person, or you don't want any more responsibilities, then maybe just driving the Sprinter is probably the best route for you. But that's all I have for cons. Let me know if you guys drive the step van, and if you guys have any cons that I probably missed. That'll probably help out a lot of people. Make sure you guys just comment them in the bottom. Now we're gonna do the pros. So the pros, we're gonna start off with being paid more. So that is obviously a pro. So being paid more, everybody wants more money, and for some, I'm not sure if it's for every DSP, but you are able to get a $500 bonus for driving the step vans. I'm not sure if that was just during December, if that was like a promotion that Amazon was doing or something like that, but ask your DSP about that, because you might be able to get that $500 bonus for driving the step vans. They start off at $16 to start to drive the step vans. You do keep getting small increments of money from time to time, and but other than that, you get paid more. So that's obviously a pro. Let's go to the next one. A lot more room. Okay, so as you guys can see, I have plenty of room. Okay, you guys probably can't see because it's super dark in there. Yeah, but I have plenty of room, a lot of room, and that's really what I like about the step van, a lot. And I feel like with you having a lot of room, it kind of outweighs all of the cons that I just mentioned, because you can be a lot more organized with all of your packages, and that's actually a good thing, because if you're more organized and you know exactly where each package is going to be, then you'll be able to get your route done like that quickly. Alright, so the next one, you can park on busy streets and cars won't beep at you as often. This is another truth. I actually did that earlier today because when I did the rescue, it was in narrow streets where I had to park basically blocking one side of the lane, and they had to go around me. The thing about it is that, and the way I see it is that when I see Amazon or when I see the UPS, I'm able to spot them further away. So that gives me time to move lanes and not cause traffic. But those are my pros. If you guys think that you guys know another pro, let me know in the comments again. But that's going to basically wrap it up for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, make sure to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Double cup, big country, holy nuts. I don't want friends, I want Audis. Smoking on booth and it's my weed.